So, you've added crouching onto the first person shear example project, but there's one problem. It feels really bad. So let's see if we can fix it. First thing we're going to need to do is store the kind of like default relative location of the first person camera, so we have a nice base target to go after. So let's call this base camera location, and we'll need another vector to store like our current interpolated location. So let's call it just that. You could probably think of a catchier name. I can't. Now, we're going to need to grab two handy events on start crouch and on end crouch, and these fire off whenever the character begins or ends crouching and tells you how much the capsule has grown or shrunk. So how we're going to store this is we need to get the base camera location plus, when we start crouching, the change in half height, and then set that as our current interpolated location. So it'll snap back to the eye height of the character, and for uncrouching we want it the other way around. We want to subtract the change in half height and again snap it onto the current interpolated location. Before we go any further, we only want this to happen when we are not falling, because you may have noticed if you're crouch jumping in this project, although your capsule popping up and down while in the air, the camera height in world space remains the same, so we actually don't need to apply any interpolation. So let's just connect that. So finally, the actual interpolation. So let's get vinterp2, connect that to delta time. Your current is, yep, the current interpolated location, and your target is the base camera location. And then finally, set relative location of the first, and now, almost forgot a step. We need to update the current interpolated location to this new value. And now, if you jump back in, you have a nice, smooth crouch. And this will do for like 99% of games, but I like to add a bit more juiciness. So instead of a vinterp2, let's use a Vector Spring Interp. Again, current target, we'll need to make a new variable, call it crouch spring. This is the only time you need to worry about that spring. In terms of default settings, I like quite a slow one, so stiffness of 240, critical damping of 8, your delta time is your delta time, and a mass of 6.2. And now you'll notice like you get a wee bounce as you hit both extremes, and I really like it. It might not be to your taste, but I think it adds a fair bit. You may want to clamp it when going up, because otherwise that may result in some hyperextension of your legs, but hey ho, it's video games. Do what you want.